Hey everybody, I hope you guys are doing well. I've been wanting to record, I really have, but my granddaughter has been with me for the last couple of days and she is literally attached to my hip pretty much all day long. She won't let me out of her sight. And I finally got a moment where I got her down for a nap. And I'm hoping that she'll give me at least a good 12 minutes, okay, before she start hollering. So y'all just keep y'all fingers crossed because I'm really trying to do this before she wakes up. Because I saw something that intrigued me on social media today, and that's Evelyn Lozada and Chad Johnson. So you guys know we were introduced to Evelyn Lozada through Basketball Wives, and I have to be honest, I have never cared for her, not once, not twice, not ever. From the moment I saw her jump on that table from this last season with OG. And Chad Johnson gets the same amount of as far as I'm concerned. Him and Evelyn are a match made in heaven. They were, because I remember when he was on that show with Terrell Owens, they're like two colorists made in heaven, right? So they just are, they were made for each other. And of course, their relationship started on Twitter. They started dating. They got engaged. They got married. Remember, it was a reality show, and it quickly devolved into domestic violence. And that's been, about a decade ago or so? But anyway, Chad was on social media, and he is on social media often. He's usually talking about sports, but one of his followers asked something of him, and he responded. Let me go ahead and read that to you. So one of his followers said, "What's the secret? How do you stay so positive? Was it therapy, not being funny, really asking for myself?" And he said, "I lost my temper for once in life for 3 seconds, and it cost me a lifetime's worth of work. I got it all back plus some after getting a second chance, and nothing will ever get me out of that happy space again." Well, apparently, Evelyn was very triggered by that happy space because she got on her Instagram and she posted several posts, and she said, once, #memory loss. Because apparently that just makes me believe that she's saying it was certainly more than once when he lost his temper. She said, "If you're going to comment or speak on our past relationship, please speak the truth. You're too old and grown to still be out here lying." Right? You're too grown to be out here still lying about something. Right? But then she wasn't done. She also posted a picture of her face with a scar, and she said, "Domestic violence is an act that should never be justified or minimized, period." Now, listen, I've made it perfectly clear that I don't like Evelyn. Never have, never will. But she's correct, and I could never, ever, ever justify what happened to her, nor would I laugh about it or make fun of it or said that she deserved it. She did not deserve it. She was, in fact, a victim of domestic abuse. But I feel like in this moment, Evelyn made every effort to insert herself into what I considered him giving positive affirmations to one of his followers, and she made it about her. She took that moment and made it about herself and inserted herself into that moment. Now, please understand me. I'm not justifying anything that happened between her and Chad. When he said he lost everything, well, that's what the consequences are. If you beat your wife, you know you're going to lose your shit, okay? And I don't feel sorry for you, okay? But this was just a very interesting moment when I saw her get on her Instagram and press record and cry and make a video about what he posted, all right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you just about 2 minutes of what she posted about Chad and what she said. And then I'm going to tell you why I'm calling bullshit on her. So go ahead and watch this, guys.
I'm just tired. I'm really, really tired. And for this man to sit up there and say that, he lost his temper for 3 seconds is infuriating to me, and as much as I'm trying to heal from this situation I've been dealing with this shit for years, not only because I'm on a show, just everything is just so public. So, as much as I'm trying to heal from this, it's messages like this, it's tweets or whatever the hell it was that are triggers for me. Okay. And for this man to say, it was one incident, 3 seconds of his life, he lost everything. And then what happens? It affects, people read this on social media and then are coming at me talking about, oh, you made this man lose his job. It's like, if you're going to speak the truth, I want you to speak the truth as to what the situation was. Okay. It wasn't the first time. It wasn't the first time. And one of the things that I'm always going to do is I'm always going to live in my truth, whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether it's ugly. I'm not going to let anybody take away my fucking truth. Okay. And put this perception out there for a pity party as if you made one mistake, and I'm trying to move on from this, but as a victim, how am I supposed to move on? And I'm not looking for attention. I was at home, I'm minding my own fucking business, and then I have to deal with this. And it's hurtful to me. It's hurtful to me because I know my truth. And I have never discussed anything else that has ever happened other than the incident that people know. Because I always was concerned about his kids and our kids and always having to relive this. But you can't make comments like this and expect for nobody, especially me, that I'm on the other end of this, to feel how I feel. Okay? And then when it comes to, basketball wives, I know that people, tend to connect, my character on this show.
Now, before I get into why I think Evelyn is full of shit, please let me reiterate for those that don't listen too well. I would never, ever try to justify what he did to her. Just because I don't like Evelyn does not mean that I think that she deserved it, or I think that there should be a time limit on speaking on it. She can talk about as much as she wants, right? That was her experience. She has a right to talk about it. But this is why when I watch her talk about it, though, unlike other people who have suffered similar fates, that I'm calling bullshit on Evelyn and her taking this moment and making it about her. The reason why I am calling BS on Miss Lozada is because I recall just this past season of Basketball Wives that she went out of her way to communicate with said abuser to basically debunk and humiliate OG. Do you recall when OG was like, I was your favorite athlete's favorite athlete, when she was talking about Chad and how Chad was trying to come at her at one point or another? And remember, y'all, I wish I could show the video, but I already got a strike. When Evelyn turned around looking like, what? And Evelyn went out of her way to get in touch with this man and have him send screenshots of a conversation that he had with OG. Now, if this man, which again, I believe he absolutely did everything she said, why would you go out of your way to communicate with somebody that's now got you triggered enough to press record and cry in front of a camera today? I don't understand that, and I'm sorry, but I don't. I don't understand it because it does not make sense. If this man did everything that you said he did, and I believe he did, I wouldn't have shit else to say to him. We don't have kids together. We don't have nothing to say, but you made a point to reach out to him in order to humiliate and debunk what OG said, because you couldn't possibly just have it in your mind that he could ever have possibly wanted to get with OG, that he couldn't have possibly found her attractive. You went out of your way to contact your abuser. I mean, remember she was patting her coochie? Remember the patting of the coochie? Remember the pat the coochie? Remember all of that, which is why I think Evelyn is full of shit, and she wanted to be triggered today. That's my honest opinion. You don't have to like it. I think Evelyn wanted to be triggered today. She wanted to be triggered. So she saw that tweet. She saw what he said, and she immediately turned it into her moment. Just like a few weeks ago when Carl Crawford, which is her baby's daddy, had something going on with his other baby's mama. There was some domestic violence going on there, and Evelyn took it upon herself to get online and talk up and go live. And I'm just like, but that wasn't about you. That was not about you, Evelyn. You always have a tendency to try to make things about you and to turn them around and make it all about you. I'm not saying that Chad doesn't have the propensity to change. People can change, right? And he was just having a moment where he was affirming that how he manages, right? He was having a moment in which he was affirming how he manages and how he tries to be positive. Bottom line, Evelyn, a lot of people can't take you serious. You know, like I said, it does not mean that I don't believe that she's a victim or that she doesn't have a right to heal the way she feels she needs to heal or cope the way that she needs to cope, or even the fact that she could possibly have PTSD. But I just feel like she was looking to be triggered today. That's my take on it. I feel like she was looking for something to be triggered about. That's how I feel. All right. And you don't have to agree with me. That's perfectly okay. But that's how I feel about that. Anyway, LaCoya, you keep spoiling me with Cash Apps. Thank you, girl, for the blessing. Guys, here's my email, my Twitter, my Cash App. Let me know what you guys think about all of this going on today. And what do you think about this moment with Evelyn Lozada and Chad? And, leave a comment below. Subscribe. And I will see you guys, of course, on the next video. Take care, everybody.